All right, welcome friends. So today I'm going to be doing a quick little work get ready with me, just kind of my simple work makeup routine. So I've already put my simple skincare on. I typically just do some vitamin C serum in the morning. I used to do more, but honestly at this point in time, this is all that I do. So I'm going to hop in with my e.l.f. primer because I do want my makeup to last all day. I have a long drive ahead of me to get to my vacation destination, I guess, is where I would classify where I'm going this weekend. So super excited. I don't know how much I'll be able to stream. So this might be the last stream for the weekend. We shall see. But I'm going to put my primer all over my face here. And this does take about 30 seconds to just soak in and dry on my face. And I am going to try to remember to pack all of my makeup as well as I do this. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for all this to just kind of dry down on my face, I'm going to take a beauty blender. I'm going to get it wet here, just because I do feel like my makeup applies better when my beauty blender is wet. And I'm just going to take a couple pumps of my foundation. I'm going to be using my Uoma foundation here. I am just going to go in with 2 little pumps of it because I feel like I've been doing 3 and it's just too much product, and this foundation is like $40 for the bottle, so try to use as little as possible because normally it only lasts me like 3 months, which is kind of absurd of an expense. But I'm just gonna start patting all this foundation into my face here, trying to focus kind of on my T-zone area first where I do get oiliest, just so that there's more product there. I'm just starting to blend it out all over my face, just so that my face matches the rest of my body a little bit, because I do wear quite a bit of makeup, I feel like. I think probably just, like, not compared to, like, probably, like, YouTubers and, like, people that are, like, super dedicated to makeup. Like, I don't wear much compared to them. But I feel like compared to, like, the average person on the street, I do wear quite a bit of makeup. So I feel like the sun kind of has a harder time getting to my skin to like sunburn me or suntan me, so my face does end up a little bit lighter than the rest of my body. And I also typically, when I do go out in the sun, I'll try to cover up my face just so that it doesn't get as tan, just because I'm not trying to get wrinkly. So my face is lighter than the rest of my body, kind of purposefully and not purposefully. It is. So I do use a foundation that is a little bit darker than my natural skin color, just to make sure that everything looks a little bit more similar in look, because I don't like it when my body's really tan and my face is like weirdly pale, so don't love it. I'm just going to try to blend this down onto my neck as well, just get a nice blended look. All right, that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to take a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to take my Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray by Hourglass. And I'm just going to spray a little bit of this all over my face. I did see this like on a TikTok that this does help with longevity a little bit. So once I'm done with my liquid products, cream products, to put this on to set all that in place before I go in do the rest of my makeup. So I've been trying it for a while. I feel like it works out decently. I also have like 2 of these sprays that I'm trying to work down, so it also kind of helps out because I do like this spray. It's just, I feel like it's like a little bit pricey, and there's like some cheaper ones that I like just as much of it as it. So I don't know, for me, I guess I don't feel like a big issue with just trying to like use it down. I've also been using it for like a year or so between the 2 of these, so it's just kind of like a little bit of clutter to have like 2 of these and my other setting spray that I like. So I'm trying to work down one of them at least. So while I let that soak in, I'm gonna grab all my powders, get these ready. I also have my big travel bag here of makeup and stuff, so I'm trying to make sure I pack everything that I need as I go along. So we're gonna start with, I did get a new one of these a couple days ago because I used the last of it on one of my other streams. This is the Essence All About Matte. And I do like this is a nice fixing powder for my face. Just take my little Laura Mercier puff, I just kind of grab some product on there and just pat it on my face gently. This does have a really nice, immediate, I feel like, mattifying to it, which is fantastic. But it does make my face a little bit more pale. So I try to use this sparingly because I definitely used way too much of it on, I think, one of my streams for the weekend. And it was a little bit chaotic. But that's okay. We are working through it. I'm also realizing as I'm watching myself on stream that I don't think these two greens match, which kind of annoys me because I thought that they did. But I'm realizing now that they don't really match. But that's okay. I'm going to wear this anyway. I like this because I feel like this is like a nice comfy work outfit because I work from home, so it does have like the little flare pants, and I just feel like it's nice because it's like all put together because it matches, but apparently it doesn't match. That's okay. So done with the powder. My face is nice and mattified and it is a little bit lighter now. So I'm going to go in here with my L'Oreal powder. Just kind of bring my face a little bit back to being brighter here. Just going in with this powder. I am running out of this, so this weekend might be the last time that I use this. We'll see. Because sometimes I like it when my makeup's like almost running out. Then when I go on a trip, I can just leave it, and then it's like one less thing I have to pack up. But I feel like that kind of rarely happens. So I feel like there's enough that I could keep going for another week on this, but when I use the new powder, I'm like, wow, I can't believe like how little coverage I was getting with the other one. So I do have quite a few spares of these, so I should be okay. But I'm going to blend this down onto my neck as well. All right, nice and blended. I'm going to go in with my Matte Minoy Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And I'm going to just start bronzing up my face, adding a little bit of dimension and something kind of interesting to my face. I do try to grab quite a bit of powder because I don't use a bronzing brush. I use a highlighting brush just to give me kind of a softer look. And I maybe should go back to using my bigger, fluffier brush for this because then I wouldn't have to work so hard to pick up this product, especially because I am definitely running out of this. But for now, this one works. So just kind of shaping out my face a little bit here, giving myself some cheekbones. A little bit under the chin here, just kind of give myself a little bit more of a defined jawline because I don't have much. My face just kind of looks like a big circle, but that's okay. And just putting some on my forehead just to kind of shape out my forehead a little bit. Not too much. I feel like I don't necessarily have like a big forehead or anything, so just try to do just a little bit on there, just to add a little something. All right, so I do feel like I go in relatively heavy with the bronzer just because sometimes when I do put on my blush, I feel like the bronzer kind of goes away. So I'm gonna go in here with my little NARS blush and just try to brighten up my cheekbones here a little bit. I really was not like a big fan of blush until probably about like April or May of this year because I graduated from my university like formally in May, and that was kind of like the first big event I wore like blush to, and I actually really liked the look, but I was not a big fan before this. I don't know why, but I do feel like it adds like a little something to my face. I like how it looks on this side. I don't love how it looks on this side. So I'm just gonna go back in with my original bronzer and just try to blend those two together a little bit. This side looks fine. This side, I don't know. I don't like something about this. That's okay. It's just work. I'm going to go in with my little tiny Ofra highlighter just because I am traveling, so I'm going to use the little travel one just so I remember to pack that and not the full size one because sometimes I'll pack my like full size highlighter, and I'm like, oh, I had bought a travel one that I never use. So, like, it's barely used. There's quite a bit of product in there, so I'll like pack the larger one and I'll have my littler one. And I'm like, wow, I could have saved quite a bit of space by not packing this one. But that's okay. All right, now I'm going to, I think I might do like a little bit of shadow and then also just so that I have it packed. So, grab the brushes that I need. So, I'm going to, first I'm going to curl my lashes just so that those are already done. Okay, and now I'm going to go in here with my Kat Von D Shake Eyeshadow Primer just to prime up my lids. I'm probably just going to do one color. Honestly, I typically don't even do anything at all for work, but I'll do a little one color for you all today. All right. I don't know if I'm even going to do any this weekend on my trip because it's going to be in the 90s like every day that I'm there. So it's going to be very warm. I'm going to take my Natasha Denona Mini Nudes palette and I'm going to go in with this like kind of basic color here. Just start putting it on the outside portion of my eye on each side. I'm just going to try to start sweeping that color over a little bit more. All right, and just start sweeping that over. I'm trying to only go in one direction, but old habits die hard. So just sweeping that over, trying to only go in one direction. Just add a little something interesting to my face here. And I would normally go in and just do like a little bit of sparkle, but keeping it super simple for work. So I'm going to go in with my tiny brush, just drag this color under my eye. I guess I have a little bit of time. I could pat on some glitter. I'm just going to go under my eye here a little bit. This color is not super noticeable, so you really can't tell that I even dragged it under my eye, but that's okay. So I'm going to go in with a more, I don't know what to call this, like there's more, the bristles are more compacted. I don't know, like a stiffer brush. I'm just going to do just a little bit of glitter here on the front and kind of middle portion of my eye here. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, I like that actually. I'm just gonna go back in with the first brush, that like little nude color, and just blend the sparkles in a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. But just super simple, super easy. I'll show you all the final look kind of in some better lighting at the end because I feel like it's a little bit hard to tell right now what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to do a thin little line of black eyeliner. I can already tell that wasn't super thin. Nope. Okay. Well, try again tomorrow. Something on this eye. Oh, again, not super thin. Alright, that's okay. Try again tomorrow. I'm going to go in with my Pacifica Vegan Collagen Lash Primer here. I'm going to just prime up my lashes. A couple of I don't know what to call these, couple of brushes through. And this does make my eyelashes slightly white, and it does make it harder to cover up with my mascara afterwards. So I'm going to go in here with my Urban Decay Perversion mascara and just add in the mascara here Just putting it on the base and wiggling it up. I know there's better ways to do this. I'll probably do that on the other eye. But this has been working for me for like 10, 15 years almost. Alright, just a little bit of that lower lash line mascara because I love that look. Just have a little something on my lower lash line. I did like read or see somewhere that you should put your lower lash line mascara on first because those eyelashes, it's like harder to make them stand out because you don't have as many like as your upper lashes. But I don't know. I feel too nervous doing that. Like I feel like I'm gonna smear it everywhere. But another way to put on mascara is just going in with like the tip of the brush, just depositing all that product on there first and then doing the comb through. It is supposed to be faster just because then you deposit product on much faster, but now I kind of save myself a dip into the mascara by doing this on the second eye, I feel like. Unfortunately, a really thick eyeliner line on my eye, but that's okay. I work from home. No one really cares what I look like anyway. I'm going to draw on some eyebrows for myself. So I'm going to go in here with my little Morphe pencil. Just kind of brush out my brows here. And just going to try to draw in a little bit more. Thankfully, I do have like naturally darker hair. Like my hair is naturally quite dark. So I do have darker brows. I just don't have much of them. So I do like to redraw some in for myself. Just give myself a little bit more eyebrow for the day. Why don't we? So I do try to just draw an outline with my Morphe pencil. And then I will fill it in with the matching Morphe pomade. I know this is kind of like an older method of filling in your brows, but if you're like me and you want a lot more brow than you have, I do feel like this is kind of the easiest way. If I naturally had more eyebrow, like I think I probably wouldn't have to go in with as many products. I could use just something a little bit more like lightweight, I guess, for like lack of a better word, but unfortunately I like to take what I have from almost no eyebrows to having, I don't know, quite a bit more, so it's a little bit harder. My eyes are also not the same shape, so it's a little bit harder to get my eyebrows to look similar, or maybe I'm just not a very good artist, I don't know, but something I do struggle with a little bit. I do just try to put in an outline and then just fill it in, and if I don't like it, I can always touch it up with a little Q-tip later. So just starting at like kind of the middle of my brow and just sweeping this color towards the tail with that matching Morphe pomade here, because I do like to go in with like a lighter hand for the front portion just so it's not like a super heavy brow. Okay, that looks good. Just go in a little bit with a nice lighter touch, lighter hand here on the front, just so it doesn't look as intense up front. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Just wish the front was like a little bit darker, but that's okay. So look a little bit more natural and just clean it up a little bit here with my finger, but honestly, they're not bad. And I am just going to go in with this little spoolie end of another one of the brushes that I have just to soften up the front a little bit more here. Alright, I'm going to go in with my NYX Control Freak brow gel just to freeze everything that I just drew on my face in, because then if I touch my eyebrows during the day, they're not going to just come off onto my hand or smear on my face. So I do like this. All right, I do try to just clean it off afterwards just so that it stays as like a clear brow gel instead of a colored one. I'm gonna go in here with my Jumbo NYX matte setting spray. Just set this all down. This is jumbo because this is a 6 ounce size. Normally it's like 2 ounces, so it's like, I don't know, it's like much thinner than this, so I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have the smaller one anymore, but this is like the jumbo one. So, kind of fun. So, I'm going to pack a couple lipsticks for myself for the weekend. I'm going to go in here with my MAC Prep and Prime and just prime up my lips here. And I'm just going to put on a really nice neutral lip color for work. It's funny because this makeup bag looks like so huge, but honestly, like my makeup like barely fits in. That's on me. So I'm going to go in here with my Kat Von D. This is like the matte or everlasting liquid lipstick in Double Dare, which is really kind of my go-to everyday shade. I think this is the second or third time I've like bought this because I love it and I use it all. Alright, just going in, starting with my bottom lip. Sometimes I get a weird line if I start on top. And then trying to follow what I think is my natural lip line, and then I can always add from there as needed. Alright. Try to just smile, see what it looks like. If I need to even out the sides of my lips here at all, just a little bit. Just fill out that bottom. Alright. That looks pretty good. One of my pet peeves is when I smile, like if my upper lip just like goes away like entirely. I do like to have just like a little bit there. So I'm gonna add just a touch more product. This side, I don't want to look crazy. I also have work. Like now, my little work laptop's actually right here. Alright, that looks better. Okay. Pack all this up. Let me take you all to a little bit of better lighting here. You can sort of see things a little bit better, but just simple, quick work makeup. It works for the day, and honestly, I work remotely, so like this comes across decently, like on Zoom and everything. But thank you all for hanging out with me, and have a good rest of your day. Work day if you're working like me. We are almost to the weekend, so super excited about that. I will see you on the next one.